This is the buzz of Madison County. Uncertainty continues to occupy our lives under the cloud of this coronavirus. And now, the reopening phases and a multitude of other factors that stack stress on many of us. And we all deal with it in different ways, many of us not so well. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and now it's even more important to be aware of your mental health status with all of the self-isolation and depressing news that keeps coming our way. Recently, on a special edition of The Buzz Live on Facebook, we had the privilege of visiting with our friend Wally Post, director of the Anderson Hypnosis Center. And he was kind enough to share some techniques for self-calming that have proven to be effective for many.
Some of these tools will be helpful, but they won't really get to the root of the cause. And anxiety is a fear of something that's not yet happened. It's a fear of the unknown that's in front of us.
He said how you occupy your mind and this time at home is important in maintaining a sense of calmness.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to still have a routine to stay busy, because what happens is when they don't is they find themselves in front of the TV watching all of this news. And it's 24/7. I mean, you can find something on this subject all the time. And I think that's one of the problems, that we've got that record going in our head, the coronavirus. And then you hear something new and oh, no. And you're living on every word that the president says, every word the governors say. And so you can get so wound up in that you forget to live. And never watch the news late at night, because when you try to sleep, you're going to play that recording over and over all night long. And then you wonder why you didn't sleep well. Maybe watch a funny movie. There's nothing that's better medicine than watching a funny movie, even if you've seen it 10 times.
Now that's good advice, we know, because we practice it. Wally then offered us some self-help tools that he's confident can help to alleviate some of the uneasiness that some of us are experiencing.
I'm going to give you some tools that I use in my office all the time. And the absolute number one tool that I'm going to give you is deep breathing. We do not deep breathe enough. And physiologically, it's very important to get that stale air out. And a good rhythm is to breathe in deeply for a count of 7, fill your lungs, and then breathe out slowly to a count of 9. Really get all that air out. Then to add to that, and you don't have to say this out loud, but when you take that deep breath in, as you're breathing out, think the word relax. And on the second breath, think the word calm. And on the third exhale, think the word in control. Relax, calm, in control. That anxiety, if you've ever noticed, the more anxious you are, the faster you breathe, and the shorter your breath is. So by slowing that breathing down and taking those deep breaths, you're going to slow that anxious feeling down. But focus on something pleasant instead of focusing on those feelings, and those feelings will change. And I'm a man of faith, so I like to focus on scriptures. And there's 365 scriptures in the Bible that say, fear not. That gives you one for every day, doesn't it?
And he commented that when he works in referral with psychology and medical professionals, it's clear there's a connection between the mind and the body, which is demonstrated in his next 2 suggestions.
Those of you who are familiar with chakras, and if you're not, you can look it up on Google after you get off the air. We have they're energy centers in our body, but the very top one is at the top of your head, the crown chakra. And that's where the anxiety seems to want to hang out. So if you just take the flat palm of your hand and tap on the very top of the center of your head lightly about 50 times, if you're feeling anxiety, you'll be amazed how that shift is. It can begin to calm you down. And do that about 3 times a day. And then go to the breathing and relaxing. Another one you can do along with the breathing is to take one hand and take a hold of the other wrist, the opposite arm, that wrist, and that will release some anxiety. Do that along with your breathing. just hold around the wrist. Just get a firm hold around that wrist with your thumb and first finger. You can wrap your whole hand around it, because you have the meridians that come down your arm that connects with, and it helps drain some of that anxious feeling.
We know that what we don't know is the cause of worry. It's our hope that these measures Wally Post has offered can help you whenever you need it. And whether it's Wally or someone else, always know nobody has to go this alone. And someone else who can help is as close as your phone. And it might be you're just the voice they need to hear.
Use the breathing, do the tapping, cut down the time that you're watching that. Spend more time hugging and loving the ones that are in your home with you there, and calling the ones that are not.
Wally Post, director of the Anderson Hypnosis Center. Wally can be contacted at 765-442-3210. Wally, thanks for sharing this helpful information, and thanks for your compassion. Thank you for your role in making our community a better place to live. The future of your community depends on your support of the small businesses in it. Thanks for listening in. In Madison County, that's the latest buzz.